The Devil's Advocate, O.J.'s Ride Through Hell, the complete anthology. Former NFL star O.J. Simpson, infamous for the 90s murder trial of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, has passed away at 76 from cancer, as announced by his family on X. Diagnosed with prostate cancer 2 months prior, he underwent chemotherapy. Despite his sports successes, Simpson's life took a dark turn with the high-profile trial that divided the nation. Acquitted in his criminal trial, but later found liable in a civil suit, he was ordered to pay $33.5 million. Public opinion shifted against him over time. The Goldmans, still seeking true accountability for Ron and Nicole, expressed mixed emotions over his death, vowing to continue their fight for justice. Attorney Gloria Allred criticised the justice system for failing victims and enabling celebrity privilege.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Devil's Advocate, O.J.'s Unholy Defense, a limited series. The world goes dark for O.J. Simpson. He gives in to the heavy but peaceful pull. O.J. Simpson closes his eyes. Suddenly he feels burning at his extremities. He's riding shotgun in a white Ford Bronco, police hot on his tail. This time it's not his best friend and former teammate Al Cowlings driving. It's Richard Ramirez. Wakey, wakey, Richard snarls. You're late for court. Ramirez jerks the wheel hard to the left. The hellish landscape dissolves and morphs into a courtroom from hell. O.J. Simpson, the once lauded American football star, now again ensnared in a dark web of criminal allegations and public scrutiny. The air is thick with suspense and the stench of fear. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the tension. It's mellifluous yet menacing, like a lullaby sung by a wolf. Breathe, Juice, it says. The source? Ted Bundy, the infamous serial killer, sitting next to O.J. with an unnerving calm. Bundy leans in, his words slithering into O.J.'s ear. Remember, O.J., he says, in here it's not about what you did or didn't do, it's about what they think you did. If you're ready for part 2, to hit that like button.
The devil jumped up on the back of his truck and said, "Boy, let me tell you what."
Devil's Advocate, O.J.'s Unholy Defense, a limited series, part 2. In the Inferno's court, O.J. Simpson pleads. His defense, Ted Bundy, standing firm. O.J. turns to face Bundy, his face a mask of uncertainty. And what if they think I did it, he asks. Bundy grins, a predator baring its teeth. Then, my dear friend, you better have one hell of a story. As the trial unfolds, O.J. finds himself playing a role in a macabre theatre. Bundy, the puppet master, guides him through the hellish dance, whispering strategies and offering counsel. The courtroom watches, their eyes gleaming in anticipation. The prosecution presents their case, their words as sharp as knives. They paint a picture of O.J. as a monster, a predator hiding behind a mask of fame and charisma. The evidence piles up, and with each passing moment the noose around O.J.'s neck tightens. As the prosecution rests, Simpson's desperation mounts. Bundy, with a sly grin, reassures O.J., "Relax, Juice. If you're ready for part 3, don't forget to hit that like button."
I got a friend downstairs, let's keep it at that.
Devil's Advocate, O.J.'s Unholy Defense, a limited series, part 3. O.J. Simpson is nervously biting his nails in the courtroom. The location? Not sunny California, but the fiery pits of hell. His lawyer? None other than Ted Bundy. Now, there's a legal dream team for you. Bundy is unflappable. He counters the prosecution, weaving a story of a man wrongfully accused, a victim of his fame and the media's obsession with scandal. He presents O.J. as a scapegoat, a man sacrificed at the altar of public opinion. The tension builds, the air in the courtroom thick with anticipation. Suddenly, Bundy pulls out a black leather glove. He stands beside his client and, with a flourish, slips the glove easily onto Simpson's hand. Ted Bundy looks mildly amused. "Oh," he says, "didn't expect that." The entire courtroom erupts in laughter. "Well," Bundy says, turning to the jury, "if it does fit, you cannot acquit." Bundy waves the glove around with a flourish as he sits next to his stunned client. "No," O.J. whispers. Bundy laughed. "Do you know where you are, Juice?" The judge bangs his gavel, demanding order. O.J.'s eyes widen as he realizes the judge is Jeffrey Dahmer. If you're ready for part 4, don't forget to hit that like button. The Devil's Advocate, O.J.'s Unholy Defense, part 4. In the Inferno's court, O.J. Simpson's in a pickle. His defense attorney, Ted Bundy, just fumbled. He has shown the entire underworld tankard trial, Bundy style. And who's presiding over this infernal court? Jeffrey Dahmer, in judge's robes that, quite frankly, make him look more like a dinner lady than a dispenser of justice. Suddenly, O.J. spies Jeffrey Epstein amongst the jurors, looking as out of place as a vegan in a steakhouse. But wait a minute. Isn't that Puffy? As in P. Diddy, the music mogul? OJ's eyebrows shoot up into his hairline, which, let's face it, is quite a feat for a man his age. He leans over to Ted. "Why is Puffy in hell?" he whispers, trying not to stare too obviously at the rapper. Ted Bundy, ever the straight man, shrugs. "He's early. You're ready for part 5. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you see Puffy, tell him to relax. We'll save him a seat."
You're the devil in disguise.
The Devil's Advocate, OJ's Unholy Defense, Part 5. Judge Jeffrey Dahmer bangs his gavel demanding order. Judge Dahmer looks pointedly at Simpson and says with a smirk, "I'm feeling peckish. Mr. Simpson, why don't you join me for lunch while the jury deliberates?" The courtroom again explodes with laughter. Kato Kalin is bouncing about the witness stand. Unable to control himself, he shrieks, "I'm going to go viral!" OJ grips the defense table. He whispers no over and over again, although he's already accepting his fate. Bundy, with a sly grin on his face, leans in and whispers to Simpson, "Down here it's not about perception, it's about reality." "I am a monster," OJ says, staring straight ahead. Bundy claps him on the back and says, "No, you're just a man. And isn't that the most terrifying thing of all?" If you're ready for part 6, don't forget to hit that like button. Devil's Advocate, OJ's Unholy Defense, Part 6. In the Inferno's court, O.J. Simpson's eyes slid across the jury box. A macabre gathering it was, as the infamous Vlad the Impaler and Jack the Ripper sat side by side, their gazes as cold as the grave. Deacon Jim Miller, a relic straight out of the Wild West, lounged nonchalantly, his hat tipped over his eyes, while the Grim Reaper himself, his scythe tucked discreetly under the seat, sat in the corner. Al Capone sat behind Jeffrey Epstein and Diddy, everyone wondering why Diddy didn't just go home. OJ was a portrait of disbelief. His eyes darted around, scanning the grotesque crowd, each face a reflection of some ghastly tale. Beside him, the ever-amused Ted Bundy chuckled, his laughter a jarring melody in the stifling silence. "Juice," Bundy said. "It's a jury of your peers. If you're ready for part 7, just hit that like button."
Thank you for being a friend.
Devil's Advocate, OJ's Unholy Defense Part 7, the penultimate episode. OJ's heart pounded in his chest. His palms were slick with sweat. Desperation clawed at his throat. Fear gnawed at his mind. The intense gaze of Adolf Hitler, seated at the court reporter's desk, met OJ's. A gasp escaped his lips. "I have to get out of here," he muttered. The bailiff, none other than Charles Manson, readied himself for trouble, his eyes never leaving OJ. Ted Bundy leaned in close, his voice a chilling whisper that cut through the silence. "That's the thing, Juice. You'll never get out of here." He was trapped in a nightmare, a twisted mockery of justice, the chilling words of Ted Bundy ringing in his ears. "You'll never get out of here."
Devil's in the house.
For part 8 of this limited series finale, hit the like button, love.
Holler out.
Damn, that DJ made my day.
Devil's Advocate, OJ's Unholy Defense Part 8, series finale. In the end, there would be no conclusion to this trial. But still, OJ has finally accepted his crimes and the people they hurt. There is a sense of finality for the millions who lived through the trial of the century. It was a verdict that was a huge step backwards for victims of domestic violence, but a verdict that was understood given the inequities of the time. The only true winner was OJ. The last person that deserved it, and at such a terrible cost. With OJ's passing, there was a sense of things being set right above in the world of the living. Things finally were as they should have been for nearly 30 years. May the families of his victims find peace and solace, and Nicole and Ron rest easy. Alas, this tale has come to an end. Good night and goodbye, dear viewers. Thank you for watching, dear viewer. Like and subscribe for more thoughtful insights and poppycock.
Devil's in the house.
Devil's in the house, indeed. For shizzle.
Turntable of gold against your soul. I think I'm better than you.